welcome back to WFPN. We are on our show, Make It Make Sense, where we talk to the movers, shakers, and tastemakers. Okay. And today we have...
Will Belafonte, Will Hustle TV in the building.
Okay, y'all give it up for Will. Yay. Okay, so for our audience that has never met you and doesn't know what you do before, if you could please tell them how you got started and what you do.
Will Hustle TV. I'm a marketing and media mogul. I've been doing it for a long time. I'm also a record label executive. I actually started here at 88.7. It's like where I got my first big start. When I was young, I used to work for all of the record labels out of Houston, Jam Down Records, Lil Kiki, Straight Profit, Youngster Them. I started my own record label in 1999, Set for Life. Shout out to White Brother. They were having a Texas artist. I think it was top 20 at the time. We submitted our song. It was 8 weeks #1. Shout out to Doc Holiday 787 and EJ. And that's where I got my big start at. If it wasn't for 88.7, there would be no Will Hustle. I was Lil Sean P then. I wasn't Will Hustle. I was Lil Sean.
Okay. So can you tell me a little bit more about the record label? Like, how did you get started with that?
Yeah, I just, I was a rapper, and then I'm not like some rappers. I realized I was not a good rapper. Okay. And I got a love for marketing. Like, when I was young, growing up in Austin, like, Houston was, like, the big market. So I know if I wanted to be successful, I first started out working at a record label called Music Mania. I told myself, like, if I wanted to be in the music business, I had to get in it. You know what I mean? So Music Mania hired me, and then that's when I met a guy named TJ. I already knew TJ, and it was like a movie. Like, I didn't even know what Texas Relays was at the time. And I looked, like, the screw tapes was behind the wall. It was like I turned around and the whole screw up clique was in my store.
Wow. So
my dude TJ, he used to tell me how he can do all these rappers and stuff. And I didn't want to use my PrimeCode phone minutes because back then cell phones had minutes. You know?
Okay.
So I called. I was like, bro, you say you know all these people come down. I want to see how you know. I'm from Texas. Like, you gotta, all that talk is cheap. I want to see it's real or whatever. Because so many people be capping. And man, my boy TJ knew everybody. And from that moment on, that's how I got my job working for Jam Down. I was like their main street promoter in Austin. I worked the DJ Screw All Work No Play album, the Kiki Youngest Don, I'm all, and then like Youngster, the whole, like when the Wanna Be a Baller thing song was out, I was on tour with them. Youngster was my homeboy, like the whole Straight Profit, like so. But when I was young, all of the executives in Houston, they just saw something in me, and like I would literally like be in like. I remember when Slim Thug and ESG got on the radio, like I was in the radio meeting with Chavez and them. Like I was just always there. I didn't know what Papados was at the time, but the CEO of Jam Down was take us, like after I pick up my promotions, he would take us to Papados and ask us questions like, what do we think we should do? I actually got my first $1,000 in the music business because I knew who Wendy Day was.
Wow, okay.
So he was like, you don't know who Wendy Day was, and one of those cell phones and stuff. Like I had to go home to Austin, find Wendy Day's number. So Wendy Day it was crazy. The story is TJ. When I came home and I met Wendy Day, because that's what I said, I had to work in Music Mania, that I had to be in the mix. So David Banner and Wendy Day was at the store. This before David Banner, he was in a group called Crooked Letters. And so I didn't know who they were. I treat everybody with respect. Like Wendy looked like an old biker lady to me, like, you know what I'm saying? But it was still cool. I was like, how y'all doing? And me and David Banner, like, man, that's my boy forever. Like, we real cool. And when I came home and I told, because we were roommates at the time, me and TJ, I said, man, this lady named Wendy Day. He was like, I know that name from somewhere.
Right.
And instantly when we were at Papados, because so Patrick was like, he would ask TJ his suggestions on what we should do with Lil Kiki, and then he'd give me, I said, well, I think that Kiki should start working with people outside of Texas. I said, I met this group called Crooked Letters and a lady named Wendy Day. And Patrick's like, Wendy Day? You know fucking Wendy Day? I was like, yeah, I know Wendy Day. And then my boy TJ instantly remembered who she was. Then she's like, that's the lady who got Cash Money, the $30 million deal. So basically, I hooked him up. I did what I said. I hooked up. He sent me my $1,000. Right. One of those sending, I picked up the cash. One of those cash evidence back then. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's how I got my start. So things happened with Jam Down. Patrick Lewis, the CEO, something happened. His son got into a wreck and just kind of like just going through life things. And I moved back to Austin, and I hooked up with my homeboy. I went to school with my boy Few, and I was like, man, I'm gonna get the best rapper I think from the South Side. You get your best rapper, and we started a label. We recorded the third song we ever did was 787. It was like a homage to Austin, just like zip codes and stuff like that. And it was funny because we dropped off the record the first day that they had it, the countdown, and they already had it. So shout out to Flow Mob. They had a song called "What You Know About That Wood." It was #1. So yeah, them was my boys. You know what I'm saying? Said everybody, man. Wiz, Carl. So the next week we listened to the countdown and we like, damn, we ain't come in number 5, 6, 15, right? And we listening, and they like #1. Doc Holliday DJ, 787, like, and from 9 I remember like being on 6th Street, one of those like say, well, this old school, one of those cell phones. It was like a payphone right there by the Bayou Lounge. And I remember we be in the club and somebody was like, go call. We had a homegirl that stayed out of crib and shit, and see what number we came in. It's like #1 again. Like it was like a movie, you know what I mean? And so yeah, that's why I started my label. And yeah, that's how I started Set for Life, man.
Would you say that's your proudest accomplishment?
Man, I don't know. That's the crazy. I don't really know if I have a proud accomplishment, like a one. I think it's crazy.
Within your
with
craft.
The label,
yeah,
the label definitely. I think that was like one of the biggest because at the time, that's why I started Will Hustle TV, my DVD series, because at the time nobody was really. I don't know if it was Master P or whatever, but nobody was a rapper back then. Like how everybody's a rapper nowadays.
Yeah.
So it's like after that, everybody started rapping. So I was like, man, what am I gonna do to get in these doors and go pop? I was like, shit, everybody love a camera. So and I used to so my hustle. That's why I got the name Will Hustle, because I used to go to New York and come back when everybody was like throwing throwback jerseys and Gucci velours. I was born in Brooklyn, so I used to go back and get the clothes and come back. And I had got a Smack DVD, shout out to Smack. And I was like, man, ain't nobody doing DVDs like this for Texas. And so actually, to be honest, I wasn't even thinking about doing Will Hustle TV. I was doing a documentary called, I've always thought marketing and sponsorships, like since a little dude, you know what I mean? And so I was doing a DVD called Slabs Gone Wild. It was like girls and the slab culture in Texas. And rest in peace to Louis Fats, one of my mentors. His computer crashed and we lost the whole thing.
Dang.
So I had so many like celebrity interviews. We just put the interviews together, and that's how Will Hustle TV started.
That's amazing. So, you got a lot of legendary moments.
Yeah, thank you.
What is next for Will Hustle?
I mean, to be honest, that's why I changed my name to Will Belafonte, because he was a great humanitarian.
Okay.
I want to focus. You can't save, until you save yourself, you can't save the world. So I'm focusing on just making sure my streams of income and my family is wealthy. But I want to be the biggest humanitarian the world's ever seen.
Wow. Okay. So what are the steps you're taking towards that right now?
I've been building a nonprofit for a while. Just kind of like just put it together. Just to learn. I'm a nerd. I like to study and learn things or whatever. But I just feel like, man, people hoard their money. And there's a lot of ways to get money. You know what I mean? I want to pressure some of these celebrities, man. Come to Austin and do a concert, and we charge $30 a ticket, and I want to give the money instantly to the people, right? Like I got a joke. You want to hear a joke?
Okay, I'm listening.
Black people are so stupid.
Why?
Because we let people like Black Lives Matter take all our billions of dollars, and we didn't ask who was behind these people. You know what I mean? Like, what were they really standing for? And they got billions of dollars and didn't do nothing to help our community. So I want to get the money and instantly help our community. Okay. So to build a morale, like, okay, yeah, let's donate to these people because we know that they're gonna So the nonprofit I want to do is I don't want to recreate the wheel. So it's basically we want to raise money for nonprofits and economic resources, right? So I want to find nonprofits that are doing well, and if they have more money, they will get more outreach. I want to make sure they're legit. Because a lot of these nonprofits, I got the blood of Pimp C in me. I'm from that cloth. You feel me? And so I see the monkey stuff. You know what I mean? And a lot of these nonprofits, the money's not going to where it's going, and I want to make sure that people get it. And the other thing is economic resources, man. There's so many. Like right now, Austin, our people are gonna lose again. Like, why are we not sending our kids to school to work at these Googles and these Teslas and this AI stuff like that? We can't let it pass by. Like, we need to educate our people on that. The trucking industry is going good. There's so many industries that are in demand that we need to make sure that we put our people in place. So we're creating economic freedom for our people.
Wow. That's actually pretty amazing. Not everybody has the heart and the will to even do something like that or even think about our people. So I want to say That's very honorable of you.
Yeah, cause I see people struggling. Like, so my story, I love my mama to death. Like my mom, like I was even thinking of something else that my mom did that was smart as hell, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was a badass little kid. Like I told my stepdad one time, I said, I got a lot of respect for you. He's like, what you mean? I said, I was a badass kid. My mama had a mouth. I'd have been like, screw you, little dude, and screw you, and I would have got the hell up out of there. You feel what I'm saying? That was bad. You know what I mean? And but I got in trouble, and I was supposed to go to ALC, alternative. And my mom was like, no, that's gonna make you a worse kid. And she hustled my money and put me and my little brother and sister in a private school.
I know that's right, Mama.
You feel what I'm saying? So back to the whole humanitarian thing is like, so my mom, I wanted to ask my mom, I was like, Mom, you realize like, I moved to Austin like in '84. I was like, you realize you moved from Brooklyn, New York. You know what I'm saying? Right before the crack era. And she was like, you right. She said, you so right. She said, all the men were either on crack or about to smoke crack or just want nothing. So she came to Austin, met my stepdad. She said she came to be my father. They just celebrated 40 years like last year. But I realized that my mom was smart enough not to put crack in her mouth. You feel me? But my homeboys' moms was. So that's what's wrong with black people. We move out the hood and forget about our cousins, our brothers, and our sisters.
Right.
So I saw my peoples going through these struggles, and I'm like, I'm just lucky my mama was smart. You know, so it's like, I want to help my homeboys because I see what my homeboys go through. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I got a partner, he started selling crack because his mom wanted to go to the club.
Right.
So he's like, this is a 20, this is a dime.
Right.
So when you feel what I'm saying? So like, how do you expect his outcome to be? You know what I mean? And I just see that. I just want to change that for people.
I love that. So when people want to get in contact with you about your nonprofit organization or your record label, how can they get in touch?
Just reach out, especially the nonprofit. One of the main reasons why I haven't launched a nonprofit, I just need help. Like, so if anybody feels what I just said, just reach out to me because I don't want it to be a failure. You feel what I'm saying? And then I want it to be so many black leaders are either sabotaged or they just busters. And they're like, I try to tell this story a different way because I don't know. It's somebody, a family member who did something really. I have a family member that spent 38 days on death row for buying a ticket at the White Only Line. So through him, I'll tell a story like this to clean it up. So through him, I met other revolutionaries. And one of them told me, he said, man, if I knew what I knew now, by the time I made it to Chicago from the South, I would have got me some money. I said, well, what you mean, big homie? He said, because by the time I got to Chicago, Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton were getting all kind of checks in Dr. King's name. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of these black leaders, they're not for us.
Right.
You feel me? Like my theory, I got a bad documentary, so that we'll get into that too. Like that's really my focus right now is doing documentaries. I want to enlighten our people. When I don't know if y'all remember when the Wendy's burned down in Atlanta, when they for rest in peace Rashard Brooks, but it was crazy how God works. Like I know T.I.'s forever. Like I got an interview like 6 days after September 11 when I first met him, but when we parked together, so we walked to the riots together.
Wow.
So it looked like Will Hustle and Tip just turned up. You feel what I'm saying? But it was God. You know what I mean? Yeah. But Tip told me the realest thing. He said, man, at first we didn't even talk. Like when we got there, we walked. Like nobody said. This was deep because we just went through the George Floyd riots, right? And I remember I was in the Bluff with Curtis Snow. I was shooting a video, and he was like, shot it. That wasn't no Atlanta dude, shot it. And then 2 weeks later, somebody from Atlanta. You know, so Tip was the first one to come. And but we didn't speak. Like it was just deep because it's like, man, we just went through this George Floyd. Now it's happening here. The cop kicked dude in the head, said got him. Like it was really crazy. And but Tip said the realest thing to me. He said, everybody has a job in the revolution, right? He said some people's job is to bring us water, to pray for us, to donate. And I found like my job in the revolution is to take what I did with Will Hustle TV, the DVDs, and I want to do documentaries to enlighten our people. This is why some people don't even know that the government put this crack. They don't know what social engineering is. They don't know. I want to enlighten our people how we got here. Like, the truth between us, the real history. And, like, one of the documentaries, I really want to call out our black leaders because being down there, like, I was the host when the CNN Center popped off for the riot. I was there for every waking moment of that. You know what I mean? And what I realized is these black leaders, there's leaders that are paid to suppress us. So we have to protect real black leaders because they'll sabotage the real black leaders, kill them, murder them. You feel what I'm saying? And they'll let these. So what happened is, just tell me what y'all feel about this theory, right? So they killed Martin Luther King. Okay, yeah, oh my bad. Yeah, they killed Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all these people, right? And the leaders that were left was like, look, y'all can either go our way, and or you can die. So No Child Left Behind, all these things. I know these with people that was in No Child Left Behind, and they got left behind. Right. And it's like, so that's why I'm on my revolutionary stuff. And the last thing I want to say too is like my real calling is these documentaries. Matthew McConaughey just got $90 million approved to bring films to Texas. They're building a $200 million complex. So I just want to collaborate with people and put these documentaries out. And it's like, for example, this TV show right here is like, I don't know where y'all put it at, but like, think about how The Breakfast Club was just a TV show. But now they're on Revolt. So it's like when you put yourself on YouTube, Instagram, you get a little bitty check. But these are real TV shows that you can put and make millions off of.
Yes. And I actually would like to say that I love this interview and I would love to get more into your documentaries, and I can't wait for them to come out. Do you have a social media? Or
My bad. Yeah, Will Hustle TV. Everything is Will Hustle TV. Instagram, Facebook, Will Hustle TV, WillHustleTV.com. My YouTube, you can watch all my classic interviews with Pimp C, T.I., everything. That's I pride myself. I think that's when say my proudest moment is everything that I say I can back up.
Period. Okay. Thank you so
everything
much.
I can say I can back up. There's no capping nothing with me, and I want to show you that I'm real. I want to tell you that I'm real.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for hanging with us
I
today.
appreciate you having me.
We'll be right back with our next show. Bye, y'all.
Bye, we out. Bye.